Have you ever stumbled upon a video so unsettling, so strangely familiar, that it feels like a memory you never had? A grainy home movie from a forgotten attic, a broadcast intercepted from a channel that shouldn't exist. These are the artifacts of lost media, fragments of the past that sometimes carry something else with them. Take, for example, the infamous Blackwood tape, an 8mm home video discovered in a foreclosed estate in rural Oregon. Filmed in 1972, it depicts a seemingly ordinary family picnic. But for a few fleeting frames, a tall, distorted figure appears at the edge of the woods, its form almost dissolving into the film grain. For years, paranormal forums have hailed this as irrefutable proof of a ghostly presence, a chilling moment captured on celluloid. But tonight, we're not here to hunt for ghosts. We're here to hunt for the truth. What if the most terrifying thing about this footage isn't a spirit from another world, but a flaw in our own? What if the Blackwood figure is nothing more than an analog ghost, born from the very technology that recorded it? Let's rewind the tape and look closer, frame by agonizing frame. Is this a specter, or simply a trick of the light? The human eye is designed to find patterns, to see faces in clouds and figures in shadows. An old analog film is a fertile ground for our overactive imaginations. Let's isolate the moment the Blackwood figure appears. See how the image degrades. The heavy, dancing film grain. This isn't supernatural energy. It's the physical reality of silver halide crystals on the film strip. Under a microscope, film grain looks like a random, chaotic mess. But when viewed at 24 frames per second, our brains try to connect the dots to form a coherent shape out of the noise. It's a phenomenon called pareidolia. Now, look at the figure's movement. It seems to jerk and stutter, right? This isn't a ghost teleporting. It's likely a frame rate error. The camera, a cheap consumer model from the early 70s, probably had an inconsistent motor speed. A slight dip in the frame rate would cause a single moment to stretch, creating a smearing effect that our minds interpret as unnatural motion. We also see a faint, ethereal glow around its edges, a ghostly aura, more likely. It's a classic case of lens flare, caused by the sun hitting the cheap, uncoated camera lens at just the right angle. The light bounces around inside the lens elements, creating artifacts and aberrations that weren't really there. We can even replicate it. Here's a modern video run through a filter that mimics old 8mm film degradation and lens flare. See the similarities? The ghost isn't in the forest, it's in the camera. The technical flaws, the grain, the flicker, they become the building blocks of our fear. A phantom created by the machine itself. But the visual is only half the story. The truly unsettling part of the Blackwood tape isn't what you see, but what you hear. If the visuals are a ghost in the machine, the audio is its voice. Let's listen to the original tape's audio track, cleaned up and isolated. Beneath the sounds of the family laughing and the gentle breeze, there's a low, guttural hum. And within that hum, enthusiasts claim to hear a whispered phrase. For years, people have debated what it says. Some hear he's behind you. Others, something far more sinister. Using audio software, we can isolate this frequency. It sounds like gibberish, right? Just a mess of static and distortion. This is what we call an audio artifact. The built-in microphone on a 1970s home camera was primitive. It was highly susceptible to magnetic interference from the camera's own motor, creating a low-frequency buzz. It also picked up ambient noise indiscriminately. But here's where it gets interesting. Paranormal investigators often use a technique called audio reversal. Believing spirits communicate in backward speech. Let's try it. When we reverse the garbled noise, a pattern emerges. What sounded like static now vaguely resembles speech. Is it a demonic message from beyond? Or is it simply our brains once again imposing order on chaos? This is auditory pareidolia. We can demonstrate this easily. Let's take a simple, clear phrase, like leave this place, now. Let's run it through a series of filters distorting it, adding static, and finally, reversing it. Sounds like meaningless noise, doesn't it? But if you were told to listen for a hidden message, your brain would desperately try to find one. The whisper on the Blackwood tape isn't a voice from the other side. It's the ghost of a dead signal, an echo of poor recording technology that we've filled with our own dread. The machine isn't recording a ghost. It is the ghost. So, if there's no spectral figure and no demonic whisper, why is the Blackwood tape still so terrifying? Why do we lean closer to the screen, even when we know the logical explanation? The answer is simple: authenticity. The fear doesn't come from the ghost. It comes from the medium. A perfectly clear, 4K digital video of a ghost would look fake, like CGI. It's too clean, too perfect. But the analog flaws of the Blackwood tape, the grain, the washed-out color, the muffled sound, they ground it in reality. The imperfections are proof of its age, its journey through time. It feels real because it looks broken. This is the art of analog fear. The uncertainty is the source of the horror. The static isn't just noise. It's a veil. And we're terrified of what might be lurking just behind it. The low quality of the image forces our imagination to do the heavy lifting, to fill in the dark corners and resolve the blurry shapes into our deepest anxieties. We are not afraid of what we see. We are afraid of what we think we see. And this raises a chilling final question. In an age of deepfakes and digital manipulation, where reality itself can be flawlessly fabricated, perhaps these old, flawed, analog ghosts are the only things we can truly trust. When a perfect image can be a perfect lie, does truth only exist in the imperfections? What you choose to believe is up to you. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy deconstructing the mysteries of media, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. We've got plenty more tapes to analyze.